Alrighty, guys, welcome on in to the latest edition of Even Clean We Know Sports. A lot to get to again tonight. Later on, we will talk a little bit about the Winter Olympics and a little bit about the Browns' new hire as defensive coordinator. But first, we wanted to start off just with a question that Dan is going to ask us. So, Dano, go ahead, buddy.
So, came across this on social media, and I thought it'd be a great talking point. If you had to choose who you want to own every single Cleveland sports team, would you pick the Dolans or the Haslams?
Martin, go first, man.
The Dolans. I mean, they've had a competent organization. Now they're cheap in the MLB, but that won't be as big of an issue in the NFL and the NBA because you have to with the collective bargaining agreements that they have in place, you have to spend a certain amount, and there is a salary cap. So, like, you're not running into having to give $1 billion to a player to keep him, as you will in Cincinnati in a year or two from now. So, like, him being cheap won't be as big of an issue, but he lets his competent GMs, scouts, development pieces, he lets the Dolans let them do their job there. Where Jimmy Haslam is notorious for just listening to whoever's in his ear, just going off,
making the wrong hire.
Yeah, making the wrong hire, like not having any consistency in his organization. I mean, think about how many coaches and GMs we've had, like just coaches since we hired Tito.
For the Browns, I mean, that's what, 6?
Yeah. And a lot of that time was one with Stefanski that they just shit canned.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Dolans have a stable organization that is always competitive. They have we were talking about it before the show. I think the fourth highest winning percentage since like 2000.
2000 or 2010. I can't remember the graphic I saw.
But yeah, probably 2010. But either way,
yeah. But and then I mean, the Dolans have as many World Series appearances as Haslams have losing seasons. Like winless seasons.
Yeah.
Winless,
yeah.
So for me, like I was thinking about it at first, I wasn't sure, but then I just thought about the structure of the organization and the fact that the Dolans they hire people and let them do their jobs, whereas the Haslams are the issue. The Dolans checkbook is the issue in the fact that they won't open it, but Jimmy Haslam's decision making is the issue.
That checkbook's glued tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. So overall, I'm in agreement with you, Martin, but I want to try and highlight what might be a positive with a Jimmy Haslam-owned Guardians franchise, let's say, which would be he would spend a lot more money than what Dolans do. So, like, even if you just look at what the salary cap, I think, or the salary projects for the Guardians this upcoming year in 2026, I think it's like 90 million or something like that. And I think that's what 2 guys on the Browns make, like, this season. Like, it might be that's what Deshaun and Miles is going to make this year, something like that. So, now, granted, NFL is a salary cap, baseball does not, but you would assume that the Haslams might be able to spend $180 million a year.
Would be willing to spend that. The Dolans could spend that, but they're not willing to.
Yeah.
They're the 9th richest owners in baseball.
Is that how low? I saw it higher before.
Point is, they're top 10.
Yeah.
So either way, but yeah, I mean, if Haslam's more,
but also, I mean,
180 mil.
But if you spend, spend that on 2 players, that won't do anything.
Sure.
Because one of the 2 players that you mentioned that are making that money has played how many games for the Browns and how many good
15?
games?
Yeah.
And how many of those games were good games?
3.5, maybe.
And I think that might be generous.
Yeah.
Like, so I get what you're saying. Haslam's would spend more money, but also he would shit can the entire front office, probably, and listen to somebody else, and then bring in fucking Charlie Sheen to be his closer because he saw Major League once, and he'd throw him $100 million.
Yeah, I got you. But also, I mean, Dolan running the Browns would be nice because you would hope that he would or they would hire the right GM, president of ops, and then those guys can go get their own scouting department and all that stuff, and obviously get a decent head coach in, which Haslam has only had one of those.
And if whoever takes over the Cavs, all you have to do is let Kobe just keep on doing what Kobe's doing.
Yeah. I'm Team Haslam's on this one. Kind of what Josh said, spend money.
Yeah, but you spend it wrongly, that doesn't make it good money.
I mean, fair, but in baseball, I mean, look what the Dodgers did. You can buy your championships.
Yeah, but we'll also look at the next like 5 highest payroll teams. So they don't have championships.
No, but they're competitive every year.
So are the Indians, Guardians.
Right.
Yeah. So spending money does not automatically there are a lot of teams that spend more money than the Guardians that are less competitive than the Guardians.
Right. No,
because they have bad front offices.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I don't completely disagree with it. But I think as thinking about it in a broader spectrum, right? So talking 5-10 years from now, right? So you can't do what the Dolans quote unquote do in the other two sports. Right? You can't lowball a payroll in the other two sports. So they have to spend the money, at which point they will spend the bare minimum of that money, right? But look at the NBA. Every single champion has been, well, outside of OKC, but they traded everybody and got all their draft picks and hit on most of their draft picks.
Yeah.
So and hit on the trades where they also got
exactly
like
Chris Paul was SGA.
But
yeah.
No, Paul George.
Paul George, sorry, you're right. Yeah. But for me, if you're looking 5-10 years down the road, the Dolans will still spend what they're spending now versus the Haslams will continue to bankroll things. I mean, and the Haslam, it's not, they had a couple playoff runs. They've had a couple of okay seasons. But to your point,
2 playoff runs, one where, they were a helmet to helmet away from going to the conference championship game, and one where they had no business being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
it's coming off just a miracle run by
Flacco.
Yeah, by an old QB.
Yeah. But for me, you've never heard the Haslam say, we're not going to spend money. Where those almost exact words have come out of the Dolan's mouth. So, for example, okay, you're coming off of what your fourth Central title in 5 years, 3rd and 4, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So, what did they do this offseason? How many free agents did they sign? I'll answer that for you. Not a single
0.
fucking one of them. The only thing they did was extend Hosey.
Yeah.
And that's fine, right? But you lost.
I would say that's more than just fine.
Well, you lost some guys. Right. Hosey can't pitch. Hosey can't play all 9 positions at once. You need to go and you need to fill your fucking roster, right? So what they do is the Dolans go out and oh my God, his name escaped me.
Antonetti.
Antonetti, thank you. I almost said Chipanetti. Antonetti.
Antonetti and Mike Chernoff.
Chernoff, yeah. So, and Shapiro before him and John Hart before them, right?
Jonah Hill.
Where, hey, listen, Haslam could bring DePodesta back to his sport.
Rockies already did that.
Yeah, I know. But, so, you can sit there and you can trade your guys for what you see at the time as nothing. So, example, they traded Casey Blake for what happened to be Carlos Santana. They traded CC Sabathia for what happened to the player to be named later was Michael Brantley, right? So That's fine. You can't do that in the other two sports.
That's,
You just can't.
you could.
How? There's no minor leagues in the NFL. There's barely a minor leagues in the NBA.
In NBA, you could do European leagues, and that's getting more popular.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but
Getting
you can find the
getting foreign players in trades like that is getting much more popular in the NBA. And also, you are also seeing, since the new CBA came out in the NBA, you are not seeing teams be rewarded for spending money like you used to when the Cavs were banging with LeBron. If you're a second apron team, you should not win. You have 1 year to win if you're in the second apron. What the Cavs have been able to do is impressive, and that it's all a testament to Kobe.
well, they technically only got in the second apron this year.
No, they hit second
Well,
apron
no,
last year.
all the extensions hit.
No, but they were a second apron. Last year they hit the second apron.
Well, the extensions all hit this year.
Yeah, and they were also already in the second apron, which is why they had to let Ty Jerome go.
Well, they also weren't going to pay him $15 million. They could have. I think they offered him 10 or 11,
But they couldn't offer him more because they
Right.
were already in the second apron.
I think that would have blew past it. Yes.
They would have been in the third apron.
So I don't think
So-
there isn't a third apron.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
No, but my thing though is what the Cavs did though was they got low. They were already in the second apron. All the extensions hit, and they got further in the second apron, and they just happened to hit on guys like Porter and Tyson, and then they got, for next year they'll be probably less in the apron because they don't have DG on the books, and
Harden's got
Harden.
the player option.
Yeah.
Maybe he renegotiates.
and it's a weird player option too because it's like
I think it's a
50
mutual option.
Yeah, or because if they don't pick him up, then he gets 25 or 50% of the
Yeah,
option.
it's something
But-
like that. Yeah.
But teams aren't rewarded in the NBA anymore for spending money because you can't trade picks anymore. If
You can't
stay-
trade. You can't
if-
trade consecutive picks. So you have to have a pick every other year.
No, but if you're in the apron, you can't trade your picks.
Oh, okay.
Yes, if you're in your second apron, you can't trade your picks. You don't have bird rights that you can get. You are penalized heavily in this new CBA for spending money over the luxury tax.
Okay, but to your point, right? What has what have the Haslam's front office done as far as
Spend bad money.
But what do? They manipulate the salary cap every
can't-
single year.
You can do that in the NFL. You can't do that in the same way in the
MLB
NBA.
or NBA. Yeah.
Well, there's no salary cap in MLB.
Yes, but you
but-
can't do that in the NBA like you do in the NFL.
Not to the extent there's ways to manipulate it, but to your point,
Not-
yes,
not
the
like
way
the
not the way
NFL.
that they do it. Correct. Yes. There's different ways to manipulate it. But
But-
if we know anything about
No,
the
if you
Haslams,
have a guy signed though in the second apron, you can't change the cap hit like you can in the NFL. The way the CBA is,
that's what I'm saying. There's
Yeah.
there's other ways to do it. It's different.
yeah, you would have
in
to
the
get
NFL.
you would have to get rid of guys.
Right.
Yeah.
But like for example, like what they just did with Mike Conley, the loophole, right? Now, granted, was this planned or not? I don't know. But they traded him to the Hornets, then they traded him to the Bulls, and then the Bulls waived him, and now he can go and re-sign with the T-Wolves because the loophole is you get traded twice, you can go back and re-sign with the original team.
Yeah,
Now, had he got traded to the Hornets and then the Hornets cut him, he can't go back to. I believe that's the Z rule.
yeah.
I think that started because when they traded Z to the Wizards, they cut him and he came back.
Yeah.
So, there's other ways to manipulate things, right? But
Yeah, but you're also then banking on two teams trading him and then the second team waiving him.
well, true.
So you
Well,
can't,
I'm saying no. I'm
you-
saying
yeah.
there's loopholes to it, which no one knew what the fuck the loophole was until that happened. I had no fucking idea.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
that-
you're even like a super avid NBA fan probably didn't know that loophole.
I didn't. You're right.
So, but what I'm saying is the Haslams will try, right?
No, but
And what the Dolans do, God, it's gonna hurt to say.
the Jones will be competitive.
The
The Haslams
Dolans,
will not.
the Dolans have been successful in baseball. They cannot do what they do to be successful in the other two sports.
What, finding good young talent?
Stashing good young talent, yes. And then when they get there,
What did the
difference
Cavs? What did the Cavs do with Jalen Tyson and Craig Porter and Tomlin?
Okay, but this is
They
okay.
stashed young talent.
Right, but here's what I was about to say. It's
No,
different.
that's-
The
Oh boy.
the thing is contracts in baseball.
I know somebody who would, Alina. I think it's that guy.
The contracts in baseball are so
The
vastly
lights are too
different.
bright, dude.
Yeah,
The camera will go out. Are you kidding me?
The contracts are vastly different in baseball than they are in the other two sports, right? Because you get a guy, you get service time, and it's what 3-4 years or whatever, arbitration, free agent, right? While NBA is 2-2 for every rookie deal, 2-year option, and then the NFL rookie contracts are 4-year, 5th-year team option.
Yeah.
Right.
for first rounder. Then
Right.
it's-
And then
Yeah.
obviously it
So-
tiers from there. But
Yeah.
let's talk strictly first rounders, right?
Yeah.
So there's you can draft a guy in baseball, develop him. He's on your team for 7 years. Probably trade him if he hits arbitration. You know there's no chance of you resigning him.
Yeah.
But the point is that there's longer contracts. There's more ways to manipulate things in baseball. So I think that the Haslams would be. I think they would be better owners of the Guardians than Dolans.
That's crazy, dude. Jimmy Haslam's going to fire everyone in the front office tomorrow and list to his grandkids.
Okay.
Jimmy Haslam does not know how to put people in place to let them do their job and then just let them do their job and be successful at it. Kyle Shanahan said that. He said this team will never be successful when you're the owner because you are a bad owner of a professional sports team because you do not listen to the people in place.
All right. Last thing I'll say, okay, and this is a massive hypothetical, okay. Aaron Judge becomes a free agent. Okay. Is there?
This is already a
But
bad
listen-
hypothetical, though.
But
This is
listen,
already a bad hypothetical.
all right, fine. Let's use one this year. Kyle Schwarber. Did you at any point?
I don't think Kyle Schwarber is coming to Cleveland regardless.
But what I'm saying is with the Dolans, there's a 0% chance that Schwarber's coming.
And I still
Correct?
think there's a 0% chance of him coming with the Haslam. They'll open up the checkbook and it's not happening. Players aren't signing to come to Cleveland.
My point is the Dolans are just whatever, no thanks, right? Where the Haslams would be like, let me sit down. I will offer you $50 million more than the next guy. What do you say? Right? And he signs, he doesn't sign, whatever. The point is you're in the room talking to your marquee free agents. Wow. What's the last big time free agent the Guardians signed? I can answer that. It was Edwin Encarnacion. And the only
Well, that's
reason
what I was going to say.
And the only reason why they got him is because he was asking for $30 million a year. Everyone's like, fuck off, no way. Dolan snuck in literally, I think the day before spring training was like, I mean, we'll give you 4 for 80. Like, I know that's 10 million less than that. But then outside of that, they're signing guys like Johnny Damon, who was 5 years past his prime, Jason Giambi, who was fucking 42 years old.
All right.
Like you're signing guys like that because you're picking them off the Swisher born, exactly. So you're picking guys off the scrap heap, right? While the Haslams will still at least go and try to get guys in their prime.
They'll spend half of the salary cap on somebody that's going to be suspended for over half a year and then get hurt consistently.
I agree that I mean
like-
the Deshaun trade did set them back quite a bit, a lot of it. Right?
Yeah, and
I
then
understand that.
and then every draft before that, also besides for the Baker draft, also set them back.
But they went and signed Jack Conklin, which at the time was a fantastic signing. He just couldn't stay healthy when he was in Cleveland. They go and they spend money on the top tier guys. Jack Conklin was not a bad signing. He just could not stay healthy. That has
Which
nothing
makes
to
it a
do-
bad signing. In retrospect,
you
it's
can't-
retrospect.
but
Yeah,
you-
it's retrospect
yeah.
though. But hey, you don't judge GMs, you don't judge owners, you don't judge coaches on what could have been if everything was perfect. You judge them based on wins and losses and what had happened. And what happened was he was not healthy.
Okay, but that logic, Deshaun Watson, you could literally put that in the same thing.
Yes,
Because
it
he
was a
wasn't
bad
healthy.
signing because he wasn't on the field.
But you didn't. All of us were excited when he came.
But it's a bad signing.
Okay, I understand that.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
Due to circumstances.
Yeah, but we don't judge. We don't judge owners, coaches, and GMs on a perfect world. They don't look at Kevin and say, "Hey, man, sorry. If in a perfect world you would have won every game." circumstances, and the circumstances happen to be that they won 5 fucking games. Those are the circumstances. That's why he got shit canned. Okay? Yeah, of course we look at it because of circumstances, but we judge it on wins and losses. That is what they get judged on. Not at the time this was good. 8 years later, it fucked up our franchise. But if it didn't, it would have been cool.
But
No, we don't look at that. We look at what happened 8 years later. It fucked up our franchise.
But the Guardians have never once even spent the money to do that.
Yeah, they just happened to go to the World Series. They just happen to always be in the postseason. You're right. They just happen to be a successful franchise where the Browns are constantly fucking up their franchise because Haslam doesn't know how to run a fucking sports team.
Are we on agreement that if we could clone Dan Gilbert?
Yeah,
twice-
Dan Gilbert. Okay.
Well, obviously that's why he wasn't involved, because
Okay.
this wouldn't be an argument.
Because he knows how to put people in place and spend money.
Dan, you did have a second prompt for us that we saw on social media the other day.
Yes. So, due to your, I forgot the exact terminology, but I'll wing it. Due to your Cleveland sports fandom, okay, who have you grown a bigger disdain for? Okay, we have the recent Emmanuel Clase,
Yeah.
and these are Cleveland. Well, I guess not Cleveland based, but these were the 3 people that were on it: Emmanuel Clase, Kelly Olynyk, or Art Modell.
Mine's Art Modell.
It's art.
I mean,
Yeah.
just for argumentative sakes, I'm gonna say Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, for me, it's Art, Kelly, Clase. Because-
Kelly made us wait an extra year for a title.
Modell or Olynyk? Sounded like you said R. Kelly. That's what I thought.
Art, Kelly.
Modell, Olynyk,
Yeah.
Clase for right now.
Yeah. That's for me because Art took the Browns. It wasn't just we had to wait for a title or it hurt our chances at a title.
There was a lot of back
There-
and forth with Art because it was a disagreement with the city. The city said,
Yeah.
"Go fuck yourself," and Art, like they called his bluff, and he wasn't bluffing. There's a lot of politics to the Art thing, but
Yeah,
With
but
that
also,
being
I
said-
mean, also he also went bankrupt while every owner in the NFL was printing money.
he went to a bank in Cleveland to get a loan to sign Andre Rison.
Yeah, he
Yes.
wasn't a good businessman.
Correct.
Like,
I'm not disagreeing with
He
it.
could-
I just threw
he had-
Olynyk out
he
there
had-
for an argument.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
He had one good business deal, and that was helping broker a TV deal for the NFL. Where, if you go back and look at it, Jerry did a lot of lifting on that too.
Well, yeah.
If I'm thinking of the right deals.
Talk about like early 90s NFL TV contract.
I think
Yeah.
when they went back to once NBC dropped and they went back to CBS, I think that was a lot of Modell.
But I
and
think Jerry also carried a lot of the
Yeah.
weight on that.
that was
Like,
also the time when Fox first got in the NFL.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was early to mid 90s.
But he had like one good business deal, and it was that. And then once the money started coming in, he had to sell the team in Baltimore because he was so broke because he wasn't printing. Every other NFL owner was printing money at that point. Even the super rich team, like the Raiders. Even I'm talking even today, like the Raiders and the Bengals, like their owners aren't as rich as everybody else because they're legacy owners, and that's how they made their money. But they're still doing better than Art ever was doing.
They're an
Like,
owner of an NFL.
Yeah, like-
franchise. Yeah.
Art was a bad businessman, and like he didn't just keep us from being close or from winning a title. He just took the team away.
And they won 2 years later, 3 years later.
5 years later.
It was
Was it that?
01?
It was 95. They won in.
I thought it was
I
96
thought it was-
they left. It was 95.
They won in
left?
2000.
94 was the last season for the Browns.
Okay.
So
they
it was
left
5
in
because they won in
95.
2000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
5 or 6, whatever.
Um,
But yeah.
okay, so let me change this question up a little bit since we're all kind of in agreement.
I think I know what you're going to
Another hypothetical. Okay.
If Class A threw World Series
No,
pitchers
no, no, no,
games,
no, no. So another hypothetical. I'm going to add someone into this.
The umpires for the 2016
The
World Series,
weather guys.
the phantom rain delay.
yeah. Where somebody,
If-
I think somebody here was downtown for that.
I was, and I did not seek shelter. Was it raining? Sure, but it wasn't. It was like a sprinkle. It wasn't a downpour.
The Phantom
They
Rain.
had they played in way worse.
Read Edwin's comment.
All right.
So Edwin said, Edwin, I mean, you couldn't be more spot on, dude. You know, he said, you know who has really bad ownership?
The Bengals.
Cincinnati. And who owns the Reds again?
Doesn't matter. They're the poorest owners in baseball.
I think Pete Rose sold it to a bookie.
I'll give you ownership of the franchise if
You just give me.
put it on black. Oh no!
Red 31.
But no, so here's my counter, right? Okay.
Yeah.
If LeBron does not come back and win us the title, is LeBron at the top of this list?
I mean, for me,
Say he stays in Miami, he wins 5, 6, 7 titles.
he does what he says in the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't come back. He doesn't win us our title. Obviously, the title we all forgave him, right?
When he came back, I forgave him.
Well, me
And
too.
then-
Me too.
And then
Me
when
too.
he won it, I said I'd mother his children. Meant a lot to me. Okay, that title.
Fair enough.
But no, but like for real, if LeBron doesn't come back,
For me personally, with how old I am, because I never knew the Browns not being here.
Correct.
Once I was conscious of the world around me, the Browns were back. And
Well, and see,
I
that's-
grew up like the age I fell in love with sports. So I fell in love with the first LeBron teams.
Yeah.
So
see,
for
mine
how,
was the '95 Indians.
so for how old I am, it would have to be LeBron. But I have a hatred for Art Modell because of
But you also
My
didn't know
family.
I wouldn't say know the Art Modell situation, but you weren't.
I
You
wasn't
weren't
I didn't
coherent
experience
enough
it. I didn't,
to. Yeah.
I mean
Actually, no, you weren't even born yet when they
yeah,
left.
when he left, I was 3 years away from being born.
So, and I was still too young to understand too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I just remember, like, I know just from seeing, like, my dad especially talking about him, and you know, and then other people when he died, he went, "Good, yeah, I hope he burns in hell." Like,
Yeah.
like people I look up to and respect went, "I hope he burns in hell for what he did to this city." And for what kind of person he is, like,
Well, and I'm kind of in the same boat you are, because for me it would be LeBron over Art Modell.
yeah,
Because again, I remember I very vaguely remember watching the Browns before they left. But when I started getting into football,
you're old.
I didn't have the Browns,
Yeah.
right? So there was
Yeah,
that
the Dirty
4-year
Birds.
window when I started exactly, and that's kind of what led me to Falcons fandom was the Dirty
a bandwagon.
the Dirty Birds, like the Jamal Anderson, Chris Chandler. I'm not going to go through their roster, but I think Art Modell also took a lot of
Wow.
fandom away from a lot of people
Yeah.
because they were gone for 4 years. And that's why you honestly think about it. That's probably why you have a lot of Steelers fans around here. Is because, I mean, that's who you go to. I mean, there's a lot of Bills fans too. A lot of people probably went to the Bills. So,
Detroit would be the most logical.
I mean, Pittsburgh, they're way more successful. So
Well,
you're
yeah, no,
attracted
but-
to
so-
success.
No, but if you're going to be a bandwagon,
Well,
Well,
right.
also, the Browns and Pittsburgh had some rivalries before they left.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, if you're not going to be a bitch and be a huge cuck and jump right into your rival's lap,
Yeah, that's some bullshit. So what I was gonna say, if Emmanuel Clase threw World Series pitches, I think I would have changed my answer.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
But also, if you think about it too, like not last postseason, but the 24 postseason, right?
Yeah.
There had to be something going on because he was lights the fuck out all year,
And
and
then
then
he wasn't.
all of a sudden
He wasn't.
he wasn't.
I
Duke could barely get an out, let alone a save in the 24 playoffs.
Yeah, because he had all sorts of problems against the Tigers.
Mhm.
The Yankees, I mean, that first game, Judge and Stanton went back to back,
Mm-hmm.
deep out of the ballpark in center field.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Just hanging him over the plate.
That's what I'm saying. And that wasn't his forte at all. He doesn't hang pitches. He doesn't really have a breaking pitch. I mean, his breaking pitch is the slider, but it's still 90 some miles an hour. It's not like it's a
It's
hanging.
not. Yeah.
It's not an 80-mile-an-hour curveball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
you know.
not something that, like, if the movement's not there, there's also no speed.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
if the movement's not there, it's still oh shit, that was fast as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, but most MLB hitters can hit a fastball no matter how fast it's going.
I mean, figure there's so many dudes
That's
that
how
can throw
they
in the
go.
hundreds now.
Well, I mean,
That's Tyler Naquin.
let me rephrase what I'm saying. It's still very hard to hit said pitch.
Well, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a top major league hitter, I would assume you could still connect on a couple of them.
Right.
And you really just need to connect on
one.
a game
Right.
and just watch it take off. But yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
Shall we? Of course, obviously we're talking a little bit about the Browns there.
Also, Kelly, real quick, Kelly Olynyk sucks. He kept us from a championship that year. If Kevin Love's help, even with Kyrie going down,
2015.
yeah, the Cavs. I mean, we take it to Game 6 with Delly and Timofey being our second and third best players.
Sean Marion getting 20 minutes a game. James Jones getting minutes.
Yeah, like if you give me what you 23 and 12 from K Love, we're winning him and LeBron running a pick and roll, pick and pop, like we're winning a championship that year. Which
Yeah, I
romantic,
think so, yeah.
which romantically, if you want to romanticize it, I mean, the adversity you have to go over for Cleveland to win their first championship, and that many years to kill the drought, you had to lose in that time, and then come back to the same team and go down 3-1, and
You win, and then they go and get Durant because you beat them.
and then you got your dick kicked in.
Yeah.
The next 2 years, and then LeBron said
They won
See,
what? They were what? 8-1?
those-
8-1 in those 2 years, I think.
something like that.
I think they
yeah.
stole a game in one of those
Because
series.
they got swept in the second in 18,
Yeah.
and
I think it went
it was a
5.
gentleman's sweep in
Yeah.
17.
I got you. But yeah, let's move on. Browns have their new defense coordinator, former Atlanta passing game coordinator Mike Ruttenberg. I actually think it's a pretty decent hire. A lot of people that I read on social media were like, "That's a pretty like interesting hire," because he's a former Jags assistant, Niners assistant. He was a Jets linebacking coach from 21 to 24 under Robert Saleh. And then he was passing game coordinator last year with the Falcons under Jeff Ulbrich, who was also worked under Robert Saleh. So he kind of comes from that
The solid tree, quote
defense,
unquote,
if you will.
which is a Shanahan tree, technically.
Yeah. So, what did you guys make of it?
It wasn't splashy. It wasn't sexy.
What splashy hire are you going to make for a defense?
True. No, for sure.
Bill Belichick, Nick Saban.
Belichick, Saban.
Well, right, but obviously you're going to give a young gun, a shot here, and you're like, this is one of the best defensive situations that you can come up with, honestly, because, I mean, you have DPOY. I mean, you got an All-Pro corner, safety's coming along. You got, I mean, defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
JOK possibly coming back.
Also, I mean,
Mason Graham coming in his second year. I mean, you have a young defense that likes to fly around the ball.
Possibly drafting Caleb Downs at 6, but
That'd be so sick.
sorry, go ahead, Mark.
I mean, with Schlesinger too. I mean, the amount of people comparing him to Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner, Luke Kuechly, and Ray Lewis this year. I mean, to get to coach a middle linebacker like that, and then if JOK is
Even on a
like-
snap count.
like 80% of what he was,
Yeah.
because he came in as an outside linebacker, and we kind of
He played hybrid,
Flirt-
if you will, at Notre Dame.
yeah, he was an outside linebacker, roll up safety.
Yeah.
And he played outside linebacker, and they flirted with him as a middle linebacker, outside linebacker, his second year. But having him like even at 80% next to Schlesinger, and then you keep Baker and Bush.
Yeah.
I mean, truth be
great-
told, if
Bush
the,
had a pretty sneaky good year this year.
if the Browns have any type of resemblance of a semi-competent offense, that defense is a top 5 defense. The reason why they fell down the ranks is because they were on the field fucking 45 minutes a game.
That defense is not a top 5 defense. It's a competent offense. That defense is a top 2 at worst.
Okay, so I was being attack conservative.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just trying to make the point of how good that defense was. If it's not even a good offense,
Because a lot of their games,
If that's
they lost
incompetent.
late because that first Ravens game that got out of hand. It only got out of hand. It was what, 10-3 at half, 10-6 at half, something like that?
Well,
they're just
with that.
gassed.
If I remember correctly, it was kind of the same thing with that New England game
Yeah.
as well. That was close first half.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just the defense just gets fucking gassed because they're on the field for 3 quarters.
Well, and then also think about how many sacks Miles could have had this year if teams were down 21-0
right.
and had a
Like I said, I'm not asking for, a top offense in the NFL. Just stay on the fucking field.
no. If
give me at least 25 minutes of possession.
if you
like-
give me the Bengals offense right now,
Bro, does that team go undefeated?
it's close.
I mean,
Close.
they for sure have the best record in the NFL. If you have the Bengals
a
offense
good
and the
idea.
Browns defense.
make a super Ohio team.
And obviously, Cleveland being the better city gets the good team.
Of course.
That
Also,
shithole
though, could-
Cincinnati.
Could you also imagine if you did like combine both teams? If you got Trey Hendrickson on one side and Miles on the other.
I mean,
Boy.
is there anybody?
Boy.
Is there anybody else from that defense you're really taking?
No. I mean, it's
I don't think
really
so.
Hendrickson.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But same on the other side of the ball. Who the fuck do you, who do you
Running backs, Fannin,
I mean, I would take Fannin, but like I think that's it.
Fannin and
Junkins,
Judkins. Yeah.
I mean, Junkins wouldn't be a bad two.
and then I
I
would
think
take,
Chase Brown would still get the start, but
But you have a
yeah, it's
Those two
a
running
very
back.
good balance. Yeah.
So I mean, I would think Junkins will get the start. But also, I wouldn't hate seeing what's his face as the third back, possible punt return, Sampson,
yeah.
Yeah.
punt returner, third back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah,
That'd be a crazy fucking team.
you could maybe one of the linemen.
I mean, yeah, because the Bengals O line is just fucking dreadful.
Is ass, but yeah, maybe Batonio.
Yeah, I mean Batonio for sure.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
But, I mean-
this year Batonio wasn't very good. It's time for him to hang out.
I mean, Joe Burrow. I mean, how many times in that game
Probably.
that Miles got the record that Joe Burrow literally just had to throw the ball just so Miles didn't get to him?
he
Like
didn't have a 3-step drop. He had a step and a half drop.
literally, yeah.
All right, real quick. So, old friend of the show, Jeff Carducci, asked this question: would you guys be mad if they took defense with the first round pick?
Depends.
So at number 6, or
I
would
would
trade down a little bit. Or
I
whatever.
wouldn't like it. Give me either
I wouldn't hate Downs.
I want to tackle. We talked about this, I think, last week. 2 tackles and a receiver in no particular order in the first 3 picks.
I'll say this: if
Or let me rephrase it: 2 linemen, 2 offensive linemen, and a receiver. So it doesn't necessarily have to be tackles. but
so, for me, we can agree that Mendoza's going 1, right?
Probably yes.
Now, if 2
I
through
don't know. I don't. My sources haven't got back.
if 2 through 5 goes tackle, receiver, or whatever order it may go, tackle, receiver, tacklers, however, right? If
Yeah.
both of those and you come down to 6,
So
if that's how the draft
Are you going
falls,
Downs over Reese?
you don't need a linebacker.
Yeah, no. You put.
You
him
need a
at-
safety more
no,
than you need.
You do.
Our safety gets jumped on the fucking in New York City.
Yeah, but what you do with Reese is you
saw
make
that.
him Micah Parsons. And you put him on the other side of Myles Garrett.
True, but I guess that would really signal what you think about JOK
so
No,
if he's coming back.
No,
Well,
no. Because what I'm saying is you make him a defensive end. You make him an edge rusher.
I think they're okay in that department, though.
but
Yeah, and I think they're okay at safety.
But if they're scouting is like, dude, this Arval Reese, his ceiling is
Micah Parsons.
Miles Garrett high, like in terms
Yeah.
of like being an edge rusher or something like that.
'Cause-
But in your hypothetical, so if they're like, let's say Spencer Fanu and Moaga,
Mhm.
Carnell Tate go,
and then Malachi Lemon, I think, is this other guy.
yeah, or whoever. If they go 2 through 5,
Right.
so at the 6th pick, you would have Reese or Caleb Downs. I saw a potential trade down scenario where you trade down with Kansas City.
I saw one with Cowboys. They
Okay.
trade down to 12, I think it was.
Yeah. Chiefs are.
If
at
you're
nine.
going to trade
Chiefs are
the
at 9.
Cowboys, give me CeeDee Lamb.
Well, no, it was what? It was the 12th. It was 6. It was 6 for 12 in next year's first, I think is what the trade was.
Now get 12 for 6
I'd
and
rather
give me
get-
CeeDee Lamb.
I'd rather get picks this year, or if they want to get rid of CeeDee Lamb.
I think they flipped seconds too. I think they took the Jacksonville second, and then they would get the.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the exact trade was, but to answer Jeff's question, I'm okay with defense if that's how it falls. Now, if you have a tackle or a receiver on the board, I think you're dumb if you take defense. But in my hypothetical, where you go 2 tackles, 2 receivers in whatever order, because I haven't looked at the projected draft a ton yet, but I don't think the number 3 receiver or the number 3 tackle is warranted of the 6th pick. Because at that
Really?
point, you pick best player available. Because let's be honest, what do the Browns have solidified right now? Tight end. That's about it. No
Running back.
running back too. But
Tight end, running back.
I mean, corner, not really corner, because Denzel's about to be 30, man, and the dude has 3 concussions a year. How much longer does he have? I mean, you have defensive end, obviously, he's taken care of. Your linebacker's taken
middle.
care of.
Middle D-line.
I mean, you just got Mason Graham. You don't know what he is yet.
You have a good feeling about
I mean, you
it.
have a good feeling about him, but
Also,
I
I mean,
wouldn't,
the
I wouldn't
other-
put that at the top of needs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you have that
I see what
pretty
you're
much
saying.
locked down.
Okay, but
Because I mean, the flashes he's shown, he could be an All-Pro, multiple. I would be more surprised if he was never an All-Pro than if he was a multiple-time All-Pro.
and then for me,
Mason Graham.
Yeah.
but also for
Also,
me,
Alvaro, I'm looking at mock draft. It has Reese going as an edge rusher,
To the Giants.
and they have him as an edge rusher, not as a linebacker. So not as your typical, even 3-4. linebacker, yeah.
I think that whoever drafts him, they could find a way to play him almost all over the front 7.
Yeah.
Personally. But to your point, I mean, also, let's say if some of those guys are taken, or let's say if there's let's say both tackles and a receiver's available at 6, do you still trade down with Kansas City at 9, for example, or at 12 to Dallas just to get extra picks? Because if they trade down, I would want an extra pick or 2 this year.
well, at that point, you could if you do that and you get 12, you can package 12 and the Jags pick technically and move up to 7. That doesn't really make too much sense, I guess, as I say it out loud. But
Good job, Dano. That made sense, didn't it?
Yeah.
as I said it, I'm like, all right, that's dumb.
Let's lose 2 draft picks so that way we can get 1.
So we just trade out and then move back up. Why don't we just take whoever we want at 7 at 6?
Valid. Yeah, like I said, as I said it, I'm like, that's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
My point is, like, if you trade up, excuse me, if you trade up at Kansas City or trade down, a lot of people think that they want Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Who I don't know if it's the same mock draft you might be looking at, but he was a top.
they
5.
got him at the Chiefs at 9.
Okay, so I saw a mock draft that he went to Arizona at 4.
Really?
at
So this
5.
one has Arizona at 3.
So I think it was at 3.
This one has the O-tackle
From Miami.
Francis from Miami.
Gotcha.
Fucking brick shit house.
And then it has the edge rusher from Texas Tech going 4 to the Texans.
That was
And then
perfect.
Caleb Downs going 5 to the
That's what I was about to say.
Giants.
Caleb Downs gives me Cam Chancellor vibes.
I was going to say better than that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to try to think of like a comparison, I think Cam Chancellor would be the best comparison. He's a big hitter. He's a hard hitter. I mean, he plays center field as you want your safety to.
No, Ed?
Huh?
I don't think he's Ed.
I mean, he does return punts. I guess he could be Ed.
So David commented. David, thanks for watching. He said, at number 6, Downs or Tate, please.
I wouldn't mind Tate.
I would love Tate.
Yeah.
Down now. I think line. See, I'm as a former skill player. It's weird I'm saying this, but I think you got to build out.
That you're a former skill player?
Oh yeah, that if people looking at me,
That's the most.
wouldn't
That's
believe
the that's the most.
Uh,
that's the craziest part of
But
it.
you got to build. You got to build inside out. You can't build outside in.
Yeah.
I think you are way more likely to succeed if you build inside out. So I think you gotta then look at the draft and go, if you have, because in this mock draft you have one of the old tackles and you have Tate
Available. Yeah.
available, yeah, and I think you got to lean tackle.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Specifically, if you are sold on Shador being your quarterback, you're going to need to protect him.
Well, you still need to protect whoever.
Yeah.
Well, true. Yeah.
So if they value,
Yeah, 'cause
I mean,
you
Joe
could also-
Thomas projected 74 people. So.
Well, you could also make the argument though that if you are committed to Shador, you got to give him somebody to throw to outside of Fannin.
yeah, but there's guys you can target late first or the Browns' second round pick. I'll be interested to see, like I said, if there's both tackles available at 6, do you take them, or if Dallas or KC want to move up for Jeremiah Love, who I think will be right around that pick in terms of teams that might want him, might want to trade up.
I mean, and the Commanders are picking 7. They might even go and take. They don't really have their running back figured
That's
out.
what I mean. So that I think the Browns I think are in a good trade down spot because I think a couple of the tackles could go mid-teens. So if the Browns want to trade down to there and take their tackle, pick up an extra first next year, or maybe like an extra second and third this year.
I was going to say
something like that.
2 seconds or
And also-
second and third.
I'll be interested to see. So if you take a best player available approach, and if guys like I think David Bailey, the edge from Texas Tech, or if Ruben Bain, edge from Miami, slip, and they really like him, I understand.
Or what about
I understand how the D line is, but if you just load up, if that's the defensive player that,
Jalen
Is it-
Tyson's little brother?
yeah, Jordan Tyson.
The basketball player? Or the basketball player is Jalen Tyson.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jordan's his brother.
Yeah.
A-State?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's projected to go at this one, 8th to the Saints. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see,
Last thing, real quick, please.
Jalen Tyson's been pushing hard for the Browns to draft his brother.
Well, of course they have.
Which that would be cool. Like, just as a guy that loves both the Browns and the Cavs, it would be cool to have both of them out. And then we're getting I could be wrong, but I think they have a sister that's a good basketball player.
I want to say you're right.
And so, like, she's a
Get her for the WNBA.
the
squad?
WNBA team that's coming in.
Did they get a name for the team yet?
I don't think so.
Just bring back the Rockers.
Bring back the Rockers, man. Exactly.
I was just about to say that. So last thing. So David also said, hopefully Cleveland drafts as well as they did last year.
I mean,
if they have a similar, if they have an impact draft this year with your first 3 guys you take they come in, contribute, potential rookie of the year type players. I mean,
I give
That's
their
only-
draft last year an A. Definitely.
that's obviously the only good.
Might
for
do
them.
an A+. I mean, that's I
Gabriel at 3 in the 3rd round throws me off.
yes. Okay.
But you can flip them for a 3rd round pick this year
For sure. Yeah.
But
because the Falcons might love them
'cause
that much.
of course,
I swear to God.
hand up. I mean, we all know how I feel about Andrew Berry's drafting last year. Okay, maybe. Yeah.
Saved his job, honestly.
Yeah.
I think Haslam damn near said that at that
Yeah.
press conference. But all right, but let's move on to some Winter Olympics talk. Have you guys been watching any of it?
I've
been-
been some
Just say yes.
the
even if you
curling.
haven't.
I've been all in on curling, bro.
Curling. Oh,
Bro,
I wanna try
that dude, the Italian curling team,
that's why I said, "Ooh,
man,
that bitch with it." It's all right.
that's cool.
I'll be
wait, wait,
respectful.
come on.
I'll be respectful. That fraud was hot.
Yeah, I did see some of the curling because obviously the mixed pair they won silver.
Mhm.
That was sometime I think
The Corys,
late last week.
Yeah.
yeah, the Corys.
I did not I did not see a lot of the curling results last couple days. I've been more on.
The men's are still in it.
Yeah.
They're competing today.
I watched all of the, well, not all of them, the majority of the women's half pipe with the lady that the chick that beat Chloe Kim. Like, she had an incredible run.
Eileen Wu.
Yeah.
Who was, I think,
Eileen, you like?
born in the U.S., but then represents China, I think it was.
No, not her. It was a chick from South Korea, 16 or 17 years old.
Okay, gotcha.
Can't remember her name. But I mean, that was fun. The ski long jump is what I always seem to catch.
The long jump?
No, the ski jump.
Yeah.
Big air?
Big air, thank you. Yeah. I've been tuning in.
The speed skating.
Oh, I watched the.
Some of those girls are.
Oh yeah, I watched. I've seen some speed skating.
Also, where's
Team Netherlands, dog.
What? It's like the. Is it the luge that you're head first?
That's a skeleton.
The skeleton.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's fucking nuts. I saw that.
Did you see Colin Jost got into a bobsled?
Did you see this?
And he was like, "Oh my god, I was fearing my life."
You see some of the Joe on the skeleton. Machi.
Yeah, the speed skating I've seen.
Yeah, because the Dutch
the team
women-
luge is I watched that as well.
No, United States woman.
Yeah, that chick that won bronze.
Well, I was talking about ice hockey. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence.
Yeah. So, so I haven't been keeping up on the hockey, of course.
Yeah.
Women's hockey, they play Canada in the final, I think Thursday afternoon. I think it was. Let me cheat on my notes here. Yeah, Thursday afternoon, USA Canada gold medal game. The men's today was basically the qualifying round, and tomorrow they start the quarterfinals, with the U.S. play. I think it was. If I can just read my
It
handwriting.
was Sweden and somebody was in the game.
If I can read
Was
my
it Sweden
handwriting over there. It was USA plays Sweden, and then they would, if they get to the gold medal game, they would face Canada if they advance to the gold medal game. So I mean, that would be an unreal.
And that
gold medal
nation,
game.
that Four Nations last year was incredible.
Yeah. So
And the rosters are very similar.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so like the speed skating, I did see the Dutch women won
Pretty much everything.
medal so far.
Yeah.
Especially like the short track.
Yeah.
And I think speed skating is wild because you're obviously flying around those
Jordan Schultz?
something like that.
Yeah. I mean, he's been killing it for the men.
Yeah. And I mean, depending on how much you like Jake Paul, I know his girlfriend is a Dutch speed skater.
Mm-hmm.
Dump truck.
Good for him. Calm down, dude.
Mm-mm.
No, not like that.
But yeah, like, has anything else?
Just means she has a fan.
Has anything else caught your eye in the Winter Olympics? Because I have a couple cool stories.
I have been pulling for the U.S. women's team, just Cleveland Heights being.
Yeah. What's her name?
Edwards' his last name. Her first name's escaping me.
Kayla Edwards.
That sounds right. Michaela? Kayla?
I don't think it's
Edwards is for sure her last name.
I don't think it's Michaela. My sister's name. That's I'm pretty sure I'd remember. Yeah, oh my God.
Stand by, don't Gage. Keep talking when I look this up.
But yeah, no,
But,
I mean,
like,
yeah.
I'm always gonna root for obviously just the United States in the Olympics, but then like once you got somebody like that close to home, it's just a little extra wrinkle of how cool the story
Yeah.
is. You know?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the one video of the one girl? I forget the one woman. I forget what she was competing in, but she was being interviewed. And she went, "Olympic Village is everything I hope for. I haven't competed yet, and you can't even evict me from the Olympic Village. It's just the most amazing thing. It's just unbelievable."
Yeah. Oh, Layla Edwards.
Layla Edwards.
Not Kayla Edwards.
And also, I mean, that was like that interview dropped like 2 days after they said Milan's having a condom shortage.
My favorite.
She looked like she was getting piped
Yeah.
multiple times.
She was glowing.
Carry on.
My favorite was the. Well, I
I
think
mean,
it
you
was.
get that many people with that good of physiques. That like
I have family watching.
It was the dude that was either from Denmark or Norway that was like, "Oh yeah, I cheated on my girlfriend."
Yikes. But yeah, so a couple couple guys or a couple people I was gonna shout out. Regina Martinez, first Mexican woman to represent Mexico at the Winter Olympics,
Wow.
because they only had like 5 people competing, which was I thought.
There's not much winter weather down in Mexico.
Thank you, Dan. And also, so the nation of Georgia, they won their first ever.
God, the SEC thinks they're so special. It's just a state.
I knew you were gonna say that too. That's funny. But
Kirby Smart.
they won their first Winter Olympic medal. They took silver. It was the pairs figure skating that they won yesterday. So I saw that. So that's about all I have for the Winter Olympics. But unless you guys had something else.
I got nothing.
Last question. I saw this brought up on a national TV show today. They were kind of debating if basketball should be moved to the Winter Olympics. Obviously, since the NBA is played during the winter, and I also can't think I had mentioned this to you guys earlier in our group chat. I don't know of a professional basketball league, even just around the world, that plays like a summer schedule, kind of what MLS does. Because
Maybe Australia, because it's quote unquote their winter.
yeah, but I mean that's probably a good shout. But other than that, I mean,
But yeah, that's all I would really come up with.
Yeah.
That one.
but yeah, what do you guys think should basketball be moved to winter? Because I think that might become like the prime
That would be
winter sport, if you will.
at least in America.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take Martin's thunder. I'll let him say what he said in our group chat. But I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, it kind of makes sense just because that's when the season is. But I'll let you make your point. Yeah.
My thing with it is I get why the NBA is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they don't want to take a month break. So that way,
It'd be a couple weeks because what's the NHL? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Their break,
The Olympic break?
2 weeks.
Yeah, it'd be like 2 weeks.
I mean, they're
but you risk like Anthony Edwards getting hurt. You risk Luka getting hurt.
Not
You
even
risk-
that. Not even that, because you still risk that in the summer Olympics.
True.
But okay, but then it falls every 4 years. Like, when is then your All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it
Because-
could technically. I mean, the way it worked, it could bleed.
So, but then you're losing.
But
You're also
literally
losing
all
the
of your-
revenue.
all of your All-Stars,
You're losing
yeah.
the revenue for the All-Star break, which also like isn't making that much money.
Yeah, because you put it on
anymore
at 5 p.m. on the weekend.
Yeah, which is crazy how they do this. But
Had to be Olympic schedule because Peacock had it right. It's the only thing I can
that
think
could
of.
be it.
Only
But-
thing I can think of.
But my thing,
that's possible.
my thing is
because NBC had the All Star game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sorry.
my thing though is like, if you're the NBA, you're not taking. Well, and those guys, the NBA players, they're not coming back in 2 weeks. Because also, how long?
And the jet
the-
lag.
well,
and-
the summer Olympics, the basketball takes at least 2 weeks itself.
there's a lot of round robins. I mean, you could dumb it down.
Yeah, but you don't want to dumb it down though.
True. Yeah.
Like the it's great because of how much basketball you have. And so you're not going to take off, let's say 3 weeks. There are 3 weeks. You get 3 days before, 4 days after, like whatever it is.
That's roughly what NHL's is now. I think about it. Not to
Yeah.
cut you off, but
Yeah.
their last game for their season, or last game before the Olympic
pause.
break, was I think Thursday. Or the Wednesday,
Yeah.
and then I think they come back Tuesday or Wednesday next week.
So the NBA doesn't. The NBA makes a lot more money than the NHL.
Yeah.
Just with how popular
It does,
sport
yes.
is. Yeah. They're not going to want to take a 3-week break right when their season gets to their. Like, we are now in the part of the season, like trade deadline happened. And so you're excited, like we all, as Cavs fans, we were all excited to watch the 4 games before the 3 games, right? Yeah, 3 games before the All-Star break, after the trade deadline with our new look Cavs. We're all excited for that. You're not going to take then the post-trade deadline and the post-All-Star or like right before the All-Star break to take a break for 3 weeks, right when people are actually tuning into your product, when they've been ignoring it because football's been on.
Yeah, but you could also get more fans, because they watch the Olympics. They're like, oh shit, I really like this player. Like, let's tune in and watch him.
I disagree.
Listen, I'm more on your side than that.
I
I'm just playing
know what
advocate.
you're
Yeah.
playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
My thing is the people that are going to be tuning into the Olympics for the basketball already know the guys that are going to
True.
be competing in the
True.
basketball.
That's true.
So like that's my like, and I mean you have the other basketball clubs in Europe that are also going to be the same way. That like the major leagues in in Europe, you're not going to want to take that break as well during your season.
I've never seen the major leagues.
I know. They're going to want to keep it where it is because then they don't. You get what 12 guys total from each country that are missing a couple days of your training camp.
My pushback would be it's obviously once every 4 years.
Yeah.
So once every 4 years, you can just change the schedule up a little bit to maybe accommodate a Winter Olympics break, if you will, like for NBA. And I mean, maybe players would be okay with that because now, granted, I mean, it's what 12 to 15 guys out of how many U.S. players are in NBA?
Right.
Let's say an average of 7 per team, so that's 200 or so.
Yeah.
Let's say that. So I mean, you're only 15 of those guys, so like the top
That's
5% of the or whatever.
It's also a long time though to take off of your entire team taking off. You're coming back rusty.
Yeah.
3 weeks for the NBA. I don't know enough about hockey.
Conditioning, because you figure the dudes that aren't playing the Olympics aren't doing shit.
I would imagine
I
they
wouldn't say
still
not
work
doing
out.
shit,
They're
but you
still
know what I
working
mean,
out, but
yeah.
it's still not game shape.
Yeah.
It's still not the same thing as
So
a game.
soccer does it. They have 3 or 4 international breaks. Obviously, like your top guys are going away on international duty, whether that's World Cup qualifying. So
CONCACAF, Euro,
CONCACAF.
CONCACAF, Jesus Christ.
Euro,
Euro,
like your South American players, your U.S. or Mexico internationals for World Cup qualifying, they're flying all the way over here. Europe, it's a little bit better because it's traveling from Europe is not that bad. You know what I mean? Because
it's easy to travel throughout Europe.
It's funny. Like I saw a team that's playing tomorrow in the Champions League, Newcastle United, who's from the north of England. They're traveling to, I think it's Armenia. I think it is. And so that might seem far away because it is, but that would be like flying from Seattle to Miami.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like a U.S.
Yeah, it's just how big the United States is compared to.
And like if you, I mean, like I've seen a map where they impose like where all the MLS teams would be, like in a map for Europe, and it's not
much different.
I mean, we're kind of, I don't say immune to it, but we're just kind of used to the idea of like, oh, let's say the Browns flying out to LA or San Fran or Seattle, or if you're a New York team, same thing, whether it's baseball or.
But even most of the Premier League is in England anyway, no? Majority of it.
Premier.
Well, yes. I mean,
I said it on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean,
So did I.
obviously those English teams, yeah. So it would be a lot of those teams, let's say.
Well, England's small.
In a state like Ohio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not. So like if you're a team from, let's say, Willoughby, Ohio, where we are right now, and we have to go play a team in Cincinnati.
Yeah, what the fuck? No way our location.
Doesn't matter. But like if we're a team from Willoughby or Cleveland and we go play in Cincinnati, it's not that bad.
Right.
Because even if we take a small little plane ride or whatever, it's not that bad. And if it was closer, you would actually just take.
Is that even possible to fly from Cleveland to Cincinnati? I don't think you would even get the cruising altitude by the time you fucking got there. Well, the airport is in Kentucky, so maybe.
I guarantee you the Browns fly to Cincinnati. There's no way they're taking a 4-hour bus ride.
Yeah.
What about to Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh closer?
Yeah, they're flying.
They get on a team charter flight.
Yeah.
And they're just.
Okay.
Like I'm just.
I know. You're right.
Like if it was a college, like if it was a college team, yeah, they would be
You have the team bus.
You'd be taking a team bus.
like a non-Power 5.
Now, even some Power 5 schools, I know.
Well, I guess some, yeah, but like Ohio State is not.
If they were going to Youngstown,
That's what I'm saying, or like Dayton.
no, if they were
Or
going to
like
Youngstown or
Cincy or-
Dayton, they would
yeah.
be taking a bus.
Ah.
I noticed from people that
Actually, no.
Works.
Actually, didn't they take a bus to Ann Arbor this year? They might have. I could be
I'm
wrong.
not sure.
Anyway, carry on.
I forgot what I was saying,
but
that's all I have. Yeah.
my pushback to that, like, so Pistons Isaiah Stewart just got suspended 7 games, and there are people around the NBA and around the league saying that was fair, but like they were like, the Pistons are really happy it wasn't more than this because if it was 10 games, I would really start fucking with our chemistry.
Yeah.
So like to even miss 10 games from a suspension, one person missing a suspension for 10 games, fucks with your chemistry.
Yeah, but he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
Correct. No, but my pushback is that if you're missing the entire league is paused for 3 weeks, just the nature of basketball, it's gonna fuck with teams.
And if you were on an international team, there's different chemistry. There's different.
Yeah,
plays,
it's
there's- yeah.
I'm not saying that other sports don't do it, but for the nature of basketball, that is fucking with what you have going. And the NBA is not going to sacrifice their product for the Olympics.
See, I honestly think the product might actually.
It will not be better.
I think it could be
It would not be.
because if most of the league is taking the break, that means they're going to be a little bit fresher. Now, also during that break,
They're gonna be rusty.
well, they should be. I mean, depending on like the team, but if you give your guys like, hey, 3 days off, come back,
Yeah,
come back next Tuesday.
I mean, they let
Well-
Rodman go to Vegas for a few days.
That's what I mean. So, but also you can still have the rest of the team.
yeah, you're still working out.
Yeah.
But that's still not game. You can never simulate a basketball game.
Game speed is different. Than
But if you're
practice.
this far into the season,
It will fuck up your chemistry.
teams come out of the All-Star break rusty because of chemistry.
Yeah.
all right.
Like that's my only thing, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that is the nature of basketball. Now you could make the argument that you guys are professionals, that you're this far in the season, you shouldn't be, and I might not disagree with that. But the nature of it, they are, and so I'm saying the NBA being a multi-billion-dollar structure, they're not risking their product for a meaningless, in their eyes, a meaningless Olympics when they could keep it in the summer, where it doesn't.
It doesn't affect, and it's still
Yeah.
just whoever your top guys, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
But all right,
that's my
that's fair.
main thing on it.
All right. But yeah, I think that's,
Plus, I like the Summer Olympics a lot, so let's keep basketball.
That's fair. Oh yeah, I think that's all we have for tonight. Unless you guys have anything else you guys want to do. Oh, I got something for you, Dano.
What do you think about the union?
Union
MLB?
guy.
Tony Clark.
It's funny because I saw it and I instantly thought, oh yeah, there's a fucking strike coming, and then other
Well,
news came out, and there's still a strike coming.
Yeah, I was
But-
going to say the strike is.
But I thought that was the reason, and then later on in the day, it came out that that was not the reason.
Yeah.
Interested to see who takes over.
Are you concerned at all the fact that they don't have a succession plan for an interim?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'm sure there's a number 2
There's not.
as
There's-
far as like, well, he had a right hand man or,
Yeah, but
or woman. but
There's
he's
nobody
banging her.
taking the interim. But like the report said, there's no one taking the interim spot because there's no succession plan and there's no one that's stepping up until they vote.
True. I mean, listen, baseball's in shambles. As much as I hate to admit it and say it, but it starts with that 5'1" clown Manfred that is just ruining baseball. And I'm sure he'll try to appoint someone to the MLBPA, and it'll probably be someone like John Rocker. But it's one of those things where I'm not. I mean, listen.
John Rocker, Josh's favorite pitcher of all time. That John Rocker.
Jesus Christ himself could be the new head of the MLBPA, and there will still be a strike.
Well, yeah, that's
So-
so Jesus didn't know what baseball was.
I guess that's fair.
When Jesus was alive, it wasn't around.
But it's. I mean, it doesn't concern me. I mean, the outcome will be the same. It
There's gonna be a
doesn't.
strike.
There's a strike. There's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. We might not get baseball at all in 27, from what I'm fucking hearing. But
I've heard very bad things.
yeah,
Like my friends outside of you two that are baseball guys.
well, Jeff Passan even said like the owners are ready to quote burn the fucking house down for a salary cap. I mean, we'll see. I mean, things can change, but I truly don't. I think we're gonna have a severely short 2027 season, and it hurts my heart, but is what it is, right?
It's gonna be our best shot to win a championship too. World Series.
Would have won in 90. It would have been. It more than likely would have been an Indians Expos World Series in '94 had there not been a strike,
You got what I was
which is
referencing.
fucking crazy.
Tom Brady would have been the starting pitcher for the Expos.
Catcher.
See a catcher? That
Mhm.
checks out. I saw that video with the son. That checks out.
Oh boy. All right. I think that'll do it for tonight. Thank you to everyone who watched, commented. Appreciate you guys very much. Yeah, and then also don't forget, we are now on YouTube, so check us out
The tube.
on YouTube. We do have a special edition or a special draft edition of the show. Another one of our starting fives going up on YouTube very soon. So make sure you check that out as well.
Like and share. And remember, folks, always keep your bartending the servers. If you see us out in the wild, don't be afraid to buy us a shot. And any former athletes that I made fun of, send your legal teams after me. I won't. I don't have nothing to get, so don't even bother.